My next guest is an international fitness expert all the way from the Netherlands who's making waves worldwide, here tonight to drop some knowledge in 2021 on health and wellness. Put your hands together, everyone, and let's welcome Mr. John Horton to the show. John.
Yay, Brandon. It's an honor and a privilege to be here with you, my man.
Man, it's great to have you, John. Just really admire your work. You're specializing in really building up men for health and well. And I like that 40 plus.
Exactly. We need special attention.
John, I hit the 40 club. I'm 41 now, and it seems like the body's not working like it used to. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, that's just, what is it called? The aging process, Brandon. You know, our motors had a little bit of wear and tear on it. And there's certain things that when we were young, we can't do now that we're a little older. We got to be a little bit smart, train a little bit smarter and not harder is what I'm always saying.
What's been one of your biggest challenges as you've progressed through the years of training to where you are today as far as physiologically is concerned?
Well, you know, it's been a lot of challenges. You know, as you well know, I come from football background. So ever since high school, I've been lifting weights. Okay, I've been a sportsman. I've been playing football. I had a little short time with the 49ers, on to the Canadian League, over here to Europe with the World League. So, you know, the different things that you go through in training is something that I've been a part of for many years. And, you know, I'm still learning. Things are still going forward. I'm learning from myself as well as the people I'm working with.
And you're also working overseas, and you've been there for over 20 years. What was it that influenced you to move overseas and stay overseas?
Wow, that's a good question. Brandon. Well, actually, football brought me over here. I was drafted over into the World League of American Football back in the early 90s. I don't know if you remember that. There was teams in Europe, Canada, and the United States.
I'm not as old as you, John.
I know, man. Well, that's why I'm trying to pull it back a little bit. But anyway, you know, in the 90s, you know, I came over here and I realized there's another world out there, you know. The people out here in Europe are very warm and welcoming. And it just, for me, I just felt like I fit here.
So do you feel like the training regimen is different overseas opposed to here in America?
Oh, most definitely. There's more science-based, although I always tell the people here that there is no other country like the United States that invests in the science and development of our athletes. So a lot of things I'm able to take from what I learned in the United States and some of the things that I filter from here. And this is how I'm able to mesh together these two. And for me, I think that gives me an advantage.
So, John, what are your thoughts on steroids? It seems that that's still an ongoing issue today. What are your thoughts on the whole steroid epidemic? Call it gym candy.
You know, it's Brandon, it's something that, you know, I personally stay away from. I'm a firm believer, you know, if it's going to come from the outside into your body, then you're messing with Mother Nature. But I do know that there's becoming more and more information out there about, like, for men our age, my age, 40 plus, that are on this testosterone therapy. And, you know, there's just so much conflicting things out there that it doesn't feel safe yet. And the people that are doing this, they realize once they start this testosterone therapy, they can't stop because they're really pressing down what their body normally does. It won't do it. It won't produce.
And there are some long-term damages to steroid use?
Absolutely. You know, there's a lot of different things. You hear about cancer and, you know, whatever ailments you were already predisposed, dispositions that were already in your line, you know, when you get 60, 70, 80, they just come earlier, is the information that I've ran across. It really startles me because it's over and over and over you hear about it.
And John, it seems that there's a lot of lose weight quick, you know, take a pill, drink some tea, and it's like a quick weight loss. And then once you're, you know, done using the product, you tend to gain the weight back at an astronomical rate. You have a program, several programs, but one that I know particularly that's an eating program, 2,000 calories a day, an exercise regimen. How important let's talk about how important is it to eat specific foods daily so that you're actually losing healthy weight.
Okay, that's a good one. I like that. I like that, Brandon. So first of all, you mentioned a number of 2,000 calories, and that's just a number that we've came with you. Because what I did is I've got your height, weight, and age, and there's a resting metabolism rate that's generated through a formula that you can do easily. Find it out online. It's TDEE, and you put them figures in there, and it's going to tell you how many calories you need to consume in a day to stay where you are, to gain muscle mass, or even to lose weight. And this is the numbers you use. You know, this whole craze on healthy foods, of course, we want to eat healthy. And more so, I think the healthy is whole foods. Anything where you got to go through a process of this, and that, and this, you know, this is no longer a whole food. Okay. Things that you pull from the earth or whatever, and you just cook it immediately. These are the things that our body tends to accept better, as opposed to store it as fat for a later date.
But you know, John, it seems that meal prepping is very popular. It's becoming normal.
Same
But it's
over
also,
here.
it's also expensive. I've tried to meal prep, buying fresh foods, you know, putting it in certain containers. So
Yeah.
what is your advice? Do you advise to just cook every day, meal
No,
prep?
I mean, it varies. It varies, Brandon, but that's another nice question. It varies because it depends on your lifestyle and how busy you are. You know, if you're somebody that that is very busy, then adding a little organization to your life and creating these meal preps enables you to make good choices when you're hungry. You know, that's kind of what it's about, being able to make those quick choices and make good choices, because normally our quick choices are bad choice of food, you know? So by meal prepping, this adds an advantage that, hey, I need quick food, but hey, I put this one together, that one together, that one together, warm it up. Don't cook it in the microwave, but just warm it up, you know, and then you eat. So I'm a firm believer on the meal prep. I do it here at home. I advise all my clients, whether it's online, my online personal training business, or in my personal training studio.
So tell us about your actual business. How can people connect with you and be a part of the John Horton personal training
Family. I
program?
call it the family. Yes.
Yeah.
It's for men. For right now, I'm going to release in the future, but for right now, it's only for men that are 40 plus. You can reach me through Facebook, John Horton Personal Training, JON, John. All right. You reach out to me there, and this is where we get in contact on my very, very popular and going very good, and I'm proud to say, Your Best Body at 40 Plus program for men. I mean, it's really going well. The most important thing, and you made a point about that, Brandon, is that this quick fix, you know, we got to stop that. We're becoming too, I think in society all over the world, we're all looking for the easy way out. You know, the easy way, the quick way. You know, nobody really wants to put in the work, do the grind that it takes, so that when you get to the end of that and you've reached that goal, the mental gratification that you achieve makes you a better and stronger person, as opposed to the quick fix. You know, I tell my clients all the time, if you really want to change your body, it's going to take 12 to 18 months. Once you've established that for 12 to 18 months, now you're in a lifelong, you know, situation where you're at a good weight. But this quick fix, the quick fix does not work.
So, John, let's talk about the trade-off. I'm going to the gym, Mr. Horton. I'm gonna get it in. I'm gonna eat a double cheeseburger tonight, but guess what? I'm going back to the gym tomorrow. So I have a little system in place. But John, it doesn't seem like I'm making any progress out there. But when I just think about those cheeseburgers, I look at the commercials.
And I said to you,
how do I break the bad habit of the trade-off?
Meal, you brought it up yourself in the questions before. Meal prep. Okay. That's the first point.
John, it's not as good as that triple bacon cheeseburger.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not saying you can't ever have it. Okay. What you got to do is schedule your splurges. Okay. Again, and I'm going to revert back to this. It's going to take work. Okay. You got to want it. And you know what you need to do? First of all, what I tell everybody that joins my online or in gym program is why. You got to find your why.
Mm.
Why do you want to be in shape?
Mm.
Why do you want to lose this belly fat? Once you've established that why, now you use that why as your motivator to keep you in line. When you're driving to that drive-in and say, wait a minute. Why am I training? Because I want to get fit. I want to feel better, live a longer, fuller life. Well, I know going into this drive-through and picking this every day or every other day is not going to get me there. And for me and for my clients, the most important thing is establishing that why. That's going to help you. That should be a part of helping you to stay in line.
Yeah, and COVID-19, you have your own gym, and you shared with me earlier that you had to shut the gym down because you guys are on lockdown in the Netherlands. So what kind of tips can you give men who are maybe their gyms are shut down, they can't get out, maybe there's fear of going out because of COVID? What kind of home training tips can you give guys where they can still build that muscle mass, tone up, lose weight, you know, cleansing their body, healthy, you know, eating and so forth?
Yes. Absolutely. Listen, there's some basic exercise. We all hear about them. There's nobody out here reinventing exercises. Okay. The exercise is the exercise. It's not about that anymore. It's just all about getting your movement in. So making sure you're doing some squats, lunges, you know, some push-ups, some pull-ups. These are great body weight exercises going to help keep your muscles activated and strong. Okay. The other thing that's going to help is go outside and walk. I know you mentioned about Corona and stuff, but if we can keep distance, if you're not on a lockdown where you can't go outside for a walk. It's not only good for you internally, it's good for you here. You know, walk for an hour, you know, take your family with you, do something nice with your family. And I'm speaking to 40+ men because we don't do this enough. You know, there's not enough of us doing this, not only for the family, but for ourselves.
John, I really appreciate that, and I appreciate your knowledge that you shared with us. And I hope that,
hey, Brandon, you just don't know. I appreciate you.
Hey, I hope you will come back, and
for sure.
Everybody out there who's watching, make sure you go to John Horton's website, get involved with his training plan. I've seen it myself. I'm actually kicking it off on Tuesday here, and I'm going to stay committed. I'm going to stay focused. John is my accountability partner, so he's
right. I'm gonna check on you, Brandon.
Making sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. John, we appreciate you all the way from the Netherlands, my friend.
Yes, sir. But from Tucson, Arizona, Brandon.
But from Tucson, Arizona, and I can already see in the future, John, you coming in maybe monthly or every other month as a contributor. I
would love to do that, Brandon.
Health knowledge, because we're all trying to get better mentally, physically, and spiritually. Everybody. My man, John Horton, make sure you check him out. Stay tuned. Let's go to commercial.